Hey guys, okay, it's Dave Bennett with MOWG-crew.com. It is January 26, 2013, and here's our continuing series on the 2-MOWG-HB project. All right, we went through all the installation, then we went through all the set points, okay, and we did a test run to make sure the thing worked. So now we want to consider doing our own run to something, and so let me go ahead and show you how that works. Let's open up the project. Again, I'm on 64-bit, so I'm using the HB. Let's say I want to do a run. Let's say it's an HB Geo run. What do I need to know to do my run? Let me show you. I'm going to go to step one. Okay. And step one, I need the information for the HostMonster top level domain account, right? For a brand new HostMonster account, hosting account, and I need the top level domain. Why? That's the way this project is set up to run. And also, it's a good idea for a lot of reasons. One is people using HostGator have got get throttled, usually wind up having to use our link. People who use our link, HostMonster seems to have figured out long ago what we do, and they don't want to lose the income, so they just when people come through our link, they know what to expect. So here's what you should do: go to mowg-crew.com and scroll down here until you see MOWG resources page. Okay, that's this one here. Okay, and so go to the resources page. And what you're going to find right there is a link to HostMonster, but don't just go to HostMonster directly. Please use our link. This is our affiliate link. This get website hosting here. And again, there are a couple of reasons to use it. One is you get everything that they would give you anyway at the exact same price, whether you bought it directly from them or through us. But if you do it through us, we are just more helpful. You know, with FTP path issues or anything else, we're more than happy to help you out. You just sign up now. Okay. Now, this is going to be like 85 bucks for a year. Okay. And what do? Enter in a domain name you want. That'll be your top level domain. You know, so this is fun. It could be anything .com, .net, .biz, .org, but use a three-letter extension and make your domain name whatever it is that works for you. So if you have a particular business you want to be in and you're in a particular locale, what were we saying? You could say like Michigan Vets, uh, or vet.com or veterinarian. You know, it's just a simple example of an idea. You can do anything you want for a domain name, and that's cool. Now, also, when you sign up for this, you can put other domain names on this account, add-on domains, but we don't have this 2MoGHB project set up to use add-on domains. You can go through the continued video training on MoG to learn how to use add-on domains and subdomains and add-on domains, all that kind of thing. But in the 2-MoG-HB, we kept it simple and we want it uniform so it just works seamlessly with the least amount of training. Because I see people screw up FTP paths all the time. They have trouble getting them right. And you will get it right if you just do what we say here. So enter your domain name. I have things like industryleaders.com or .net. Okay, so I have like industryleaders.net. I have competitive companies. All right. .com. I have all sorts of domain names like that. So give yourself one you want. Best plumber in town, actually, I got at one point. Best plumber in town and best plumbers in town, right? Best plumbers in town. That's cool because that works nationwide for all the plumbers that I want to use. Any kind of plumbing. If I wanted to just pre-rank a website, make it already work for plumbers in a certain area of the nation, then I can have my bestplumbersintown.com site and I can put some basic content on it. Then if I want to geo-target, I can do anything. Texas-plumbers dot best plumbers in town, Michigan-plumbers dot or Michigan plumbing dot. All these things are open to me once I get my basic idea set. Okay, so do what you want for a domain name for whatever it is you're trying to promote, and then we'll take forward from there. Okay, and all you're gonna need now is this domain name and then the nickname you log into your HostMonster account with, and the password you log into your HostMonster account with. And we just need those three things. So what does it look like? Well, it's simple. In the case of MOWG-samples, okay, if I go and log in, all right, now I'm logging in with a username and a password. And just to show you real fast, when you log in, you can't miss it. See, there's the main domain, there's the username, and then the password is just the password. It's whatever you used to log in. Control panel login. There's the username. In my case, MOWG Samp, and yours something else. It could end in a number, um, whatever it is. And then you have your password, whatever your password is. So if you know the domain name, the user nickname that you log in with, not the domain name. Again, this is not mowgsamples.com. Even though I could use this to log in, that's incorrect. For FTP, I needed that part. The part that it told me, okay, was my login nickname, so to speak, and your password. And that'll work for FTP. That is what you need to be able to upload files to the website correctly. All right. So assuming you got that far, all right, let's come back and actually do it. HBGeo, step one, hit this, step1.xlsm. Just hit that. Boom. Okay. It's going to say, what's your domain, username, and password? Ha, that's it. MOWG-samples.com. And then MOWG-samp. And then your password, which I'm not going to type here. Not the real one. There, I did it. I got my domain name, no http://. You can put www dot if you want. It's not important that you do or don't. If you get a hyperlink like that, just right click, hit remove hyperlink. Okay, there you go. I just say skip it because really this is easy to remember and it works just fine. MOWG-samples.com. MOWG Samp is the nickname to log in with. Again, yours could have a number on the end. Yes or no, it could be. And then your password, whatever your password is, capital letters, small letters, symbols, anything like that. Quick note, by the way, if you go to start typing and you type something like an ampersand, this is like an Excel function. So it may be, if you do it, that it trips. It might start thinking that you're doing some kind of a function. And if it gives you trouble with that and it's not letting you go, right, you're trying to get this done, it says something like the function is not valid, right? What do? Here's the answer. Before you type anything in, double click in the box, okay, to get the cursor blinking, type in a single apostrophe. Boom, just like that. Now you can do whatever it was, and when you click off, the apostrophe vanished. And yet, that is correct. That's what it was supposed to be. Another way to do it is just if you copy paste your information, if you had it on Notepad or you pasted it to Notepad, like samples.com, MOWG Samp. Yeah, and then you had your add search or whatever it was that the password was. Usually that works just fine. Like if I start by getting rid of this, okay, and I just simply copy and then I just paste, uh, click and paste, boom. Then it should take just fine. It will put the apostrophe by itself because it knows it's supposed to be treated as text because Notepad is text and doesn't allow for any function embedding or anything like that. It's just text. All right, so it'll come out right anyway. Okay. So again, what did I do? Because this is simple. Go to the chosen project, HBGeo, step one, open this. Here we go. MOWG-samples.com, MOWG Samp, and your password, whatever it was. Now hit run macro and then select the profile. Browse original.pfl. It's always going to be called that on all the projects, HB and HB32. It's called original. So just hit it. Boom. That'll be the right one. Submit. It's completed, so I can close it. No need to save it because you're already where you need to be. It created a version of the profile for the right website. Now what do? I hit this. It's going to give this the right name and immediately move it out of here and put it where it's supposed to go. So I can hit step 2 and it's done. It did it. Where did it put it? Where it's supposed to be in system and with the right name, ZZ Auto Create. How do I know that's the right one? By the date timestamp, 1/26/2013 at 11:18 p.m. That is right now. So I know that this is the one I just created. Okay. What happens if you're going to go to another website? You can just give this temporary names, just so you don't forget what they are. MOWG samples, right? Because you're going to go create a new one. You're going to go back to step one and create another one for another website and submit it and then hit this to rename it, put it in the right place. So it'll overwrite, or it would have overwritten this one, but you renamed it. So then the other one appears, but you did not lose this one. Okay? That way you can swap the names back and forth, right? Whatever one you want to run has to have the right name. That's because these projects are looking for instance, MOWG autorun.vbs, if I edit, this is one piece that looks for that name, zzAutoCreate.pfl. So we have to have one. We have to have a zzAutoCreate.pfl for this thing to work properly. Okay? Has to have the right name. Make sure you get your dot. zzAutoCreate.pfl. There you go. Now, if you want to, if this is something you're done with, or you just want to try something else for the minute, let's just say I got rid of it. You can do a test again on mojisamples.com. Go here, and that's what the README says. It says this is the factory setting for the tester website. So just copy, don't cut because you don't want to lose it, but come back out and paste it here. And boom, it's perfectly good and useful for our mojisamples.com site. One more thing, remember, this has one that's ready for HBGeo. Okay, so I would come up one level and paste it here, and it's the correct one. Don't cross over though. Don't come back to HB, then go to like HB no geosystem and paste it in there. Although it won't matter because it's got the wrong name. So the software, this process will not even look for that ZZ autocreate. It's looking for the ZZ no geo, right? Like I said, these files are actually different. They actually have different information in them. Okay. So they're, even though they have the same names, they're not the same ones. Okay. So just stay in the same project whenever you make changes like that. Copy up one level only and paste it and overwrite, and it's good to go. That's the one. Okay. Now, that was step one. So step one's pretty darned easy. All we had to do was run this thing, put our 3 bits of information, hit, choose the original, we got it, and when we did it, we got a new one, and then just hit step 2 to get it all in the right place. Okay, that was it. Now what? Now we go to step 2. Step 2 is simple. Run me. This is where we put our whole thing in. Okay, complete with these, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to put in. All right, now watch this. If you look at this, read me first. It gives you a perfectly good example of what you can put into each one of these fields. Okay, for instance, it tells you here at the top production name. Okay, and it tells you it can be up to 50 characters, including spaces, name of the thing you're promoting, don't use double quotes, capitalize when sensible. You can use all uppercase whenever it makes sense to you. And here's some examples. Any one of these is a prime example of what you can put in here. Okay, so you could put anything in there. Get paid now. You could put Elcar Family Dental Services. You could put Acme Window Cleaning LLC, or John Doe Top Internet Marketing Coach. You can put one, you can put more, as long as you start on the top line. Paste. In other words, this is good, but if I had a space in there, this would not be good. This will actually screw it up. Okay, make sure that the data starts at the top. If I do want more than one thing to swap between, okay, maybe I wanted to try this as an alternative thing. So some of my pages are going to say one, some of my pages are going to say the other. Then that is the right way to do it. Okay, so you can put in more than one thing. Also, see how the cursor's blinking at the end of the bottom line, right? Whatever. People say, does it need to be at the end of the line or the beginning of the next line? The answer is it will not matter at all. Okay, now image file. That is the image that I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, let me take this, well, whatever, who cares? I mean, it's really just a sample. Image file is exactly the image you want people to click on to be taken to your thing, in the case of moji-samples.com. Okay, there's my image, except it's not a very sensible image. It's me promoting myself. If I was John Doe, the internet marketing coach, See, if it said that instead, because this is where the production name goes. All right. And if you're using more than one, it'll swap between them as you go from one to the other. It'll swap. Okay. It'll half the pages it produces will have the one, half will have the other. Okay. If you use two or three or four or five, it'll split them up. That's okay because your assumption is any one of those names will do just fine. Okay, and so there it is. Now, if I was John Doe, the internet marketing coach, this might be perfectly fine. It could be Dave Bennett, the website generation coach. Fine. And then you click through, or you click through here. Either one will take you to the same place. Boom. The website or web page I wanted, right? So there's an image and a destination link. So when you click, it takes you to the destination web page on the destination website, wherever it was you really wanted people to go, which is somewhere else. This can be anything, by the way. It can be a ClickBank, a hop link. It can be the front page of some other site, some affiliate link of some other site, some deeper link of some other site. It can be a tiny URL. Anything that starts with an HTTP colon slash slash will do just fine for a destination link. Okay, it doesn't matter that you don't see it. That's just the way Firefox is showing it. But it does have it. It really is there, of course, right? It's actually there. It's just that Firefox takes it out for visibility purposes. Okay, so it's just easier to remember the name. All right, so there I go. I need an image file and a destination link. Those are those two things. If you do not have an image file, this tells you use this best-provider.jpg. You know why it says to use that? Because there is one by default in the projects where it goes. In here where the image is gonna be, there is a bestprovider.jpg. That is what it looks like, by the way, and that is just simply a default image that will show up if you do not have an image. Word to the wise, use a better image than this. This is supposed to be for need, greed, or curiosity, but it's not the most enticing thing. It's not the most incredibly interesting thing. It's just there to get you started if you don't have your own image, right? Um, so there you go, bestprovider.jpg. Okay. And again, you can use more than one image file. For guys who say, can I split test? The answer is sure. Use 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. And that way they all get swapped from page to page to page. They get mixed and matched with these things up here and with everything else that you're including. Yes, you can use more than one destination, like as long as it makes sense to whatever this whole run is about. So you can send people to 2 or 3 different pages just to see which is the better entry point. And they can be 2 or 3 different projects. This could be ClickBank item 1 dot, whatever, com. And then this could be, ClickBank item 2 dot net, but it could be the same kind of thing. And that could go to a like services.html page or whatever you want. Okay. As long as it jives with your project, it's perfectly fine to have more than one link, more than one image, more than one production name. Okay, so it does say include HTTP colon slash slash. Do that. If you forget it, if you do not include it, then the link will be broken. You'll click the image and it'll say can't show the page. So make sure not to forget that. And then it's whatever it is that you wanted people to arrive at, website-marketing-solutions.com or anything else. And it can be a deeper page. It could even be a subdomain. Who knows? I'm just faking it right now. Make dash money dash now dot industry dash leaders dot net. Okay, and if it's not make money now, it could be anything else. It could be Illinois dash homeopathy, and then it doesn't even have to be the main page. It could be some deeper page, some dash or some folder deeper dash page dot, and it could be anything. It could be PHP, SHTML, whatever the page really is, ASPX. The only thing you don't want in here is session coding like ampersand, what would that be? Sec, I think, or whatever it is, equals whatever those session codes, because they are only meant to track when the page appears, and they're supposed to break the page if it's the wrong code later. You know. Anyway, just use a page that you want to send people to, right? And there you go. So whatever page you want, I'll just leave it like that. Okay, I don't even know if that's really there, so maybe I'll just take that out just in case it's not there. I don't think it is. All right, and again, it can have www or not, whatever. Just has to have http://. All right, city states. Check it out. Again, if we look at our README first, it's telling us all these examples, right? It's showing us examples for our images. Make sure, one big thing, never have spaces in your image names. Do not have some space image.jpg. That will be a broken link when you upload it. You have to have a dash in the name. If you have to rename your image, rename your image. By that, I mean this. Let's say that this was your image, and I shall just copy it. I shall paste it here. Boom. And it's called that, but let me rename it to get rid of the dash. Let's say there was a space. Okay, it works here, right? Best space provider.jpg, but that is incorrect. I need to right click, rename, and convert that space, any spaces I see, to a dash. All right, or an underscore, but it has to be something real, like a dash normally. Now, the other thing, watch out for caps. If this starts with a capital B, that's what you got to put in here too. This has to exactly match the name of this thing. As a matter of fact, rename your images to make sure there are no spaces, no leading spaces, nothing at the beginning that was a space, nothing at the end. It didn't have a space here or anything like that, or a space here or anything like that. Make sure there's no spaces, and then just once you have that, hit rename, hit control A that is, or whatever. Just get the whole name. Copy it if you have to. Control C, click off. That way when you put it in here, it'll be the right name. Okay? Now the question is, what do you do with this image anyway? This should strike you as interesting. You're going to go running this thing, and it's got to find the image. It doesn't know where the image is if it's here. Remember, cut, go to your HB, the same project we're working on, HB Geo, and just paste it right in here next to your one-run.bat. Okay? Perfectly fine that it's in here. If you had 5, 6, 7 images, you have to put them all in here. Just put them in next to your one-run. It doesn't matter if they show up above it or below it. Just matters that they have no spaces and that no matter how it looks, capitals and lowercase, even if it ended with a capital.jpg, okay? .jpg like that, some weird thing like that. Okay, if that happens, then one of them you got to change. Either you change this one to match this, or you change this one to match that, right? As long as they're identical names. Okay, there we go. That's enough of that. Now, destination link. You guys know there cannot be a space in the URL, so enough said. There won't be a space in here, right? All you need now are city, states, and keywords. Okay, city, states. You can use commas or whatever if you want. You can have, so you can have a list like this. Here's a city with a C with a stay all the way down. No commas, but if you had commas in yours, it's fine. Okay, that can go here. Boom, just like that. Again, you can hit enter at the end if you want or not. The only thing you have to worry about is that the top line has something in it. Again, this should look wrong. This should immediately look wrong. Okay, that looks right. Okay, now for keywords. You can get keywords from any keyword tool you use or from google.com/sktool. You guys know about that? Just real fast. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's just one of a million keyword tools out there. If you go to Google sktool and well, let's see how it acts. Okay, and you can do your words. So if it was something like oh heck, window washers or whatever, window washing, you know, again, it could be whatever it is, right? You could say show ideas closely related to my search terms, and it just depends on whether you get enough words one way or the other. Okay, ANGUSHE check. And if you click this and only get one result total, then fine. Come back here and take it off and run it again. All right, let's just search. Okay, it showed me 100 keywords. I can use them all or just a minimum of 10 or 50 or whatever, but I can download now. I can download all search results. CSV for Excel is about the best format you can get. Okay, download. Okay, and then let's just save it where we can find it. Okay, save as, and let's actually stick it where we want it. So here's our HB shortcut. That's like a really weird keyword name, but it works. You know, I could call it window washing if I want, just to have it right. Window dash washing, right? Dismiss, close, and I have it in, I thought I had it in there. Ah, here it is. Let's put it in the right place. Cut, HBGO, paste, okay? And that way I can keep it together maybe. Now, let me open it real quick, long enough to get rid of all this data. People say, what do you sort by? Competition, volume? The answer is we do mass runs, so we don't care. We just take them all. Get rid of the top line. Again, you can do whatever you want. You can sort them if you want or anything. All right. Now, one thing, keep in mind, if it's a geo-targeted run, we already have geo-targets in here. We're going to be mixing and matching our keyword list against our geo-targets that we're using. So don't use keywords that have geo-targets in them. Window washing San Diego or window washing Chicago. Because guess what the problem is going to be? They're going to mix and match with these. Then you're going to say, click here for the best window washing Chicago in Boise, Idaho. That doesn't make any sense at all, right? So just be mindful of that. You know, you can do whatever you want to get rid of these. Click, hold down your control key, and just keep clicking everything that's got a geo target in it to get rid of them. You know, this is just cleaning up the list. You can be as careful as you want or uncareful as you want. You can delete, you can shift cells up, you know, and just get this list down. You know, just get rid of anything that doesn't apply, right? Delete, shift cells up. So anyway, that way when you close it, cancel. Here's the best way. Hit the blue floppy, hits yes, and then you can close it and hit don't save because you did just save it. It already saved. Hit don't save. That saves you from getting through this silly rigmarole where you have to click through a bunch of windows just to save it. All right, now the last thing. I've got this the way I want, and it's got the changes I wanted to it, whatever they were. What can I do? I can rename it. Get the CSV and make it a TXT. Yep, change it. Guess what? Now it's a notepad text. There's all my keywords. So I can select them all, right? And I can use my keywords, right? I can just come right to my form, paste them right in there. How's that? Isn't that cool? So it's done. Everything is done. Everything has been filled in. You have to fill everything in. Then just submit the form. And it updated the CSV file. Okay? Now that really wasn't hard. I mean, I'm talking a lot to make sure you understand the ground rules and don't screw anything up. But the fact of the matter was that was pretty easy. And there it is, and it's updated right now. And so I know it's the right one. It's done. So all I have to do is hit this last step. Just hit it. Whap. That's it. Now it's done. It put a copy right where it's supposed to go, right here. And again, I know it's correct because the date timestamp is correct. Now what can I do? Just hit run and let it run. I already did step one where I said the website I wanted it to get put up to. Okay. And then when I hit this thing, it moved that information where it goes. And then I went into step two and I just simply filled out the form. Just 5 things to fill out. And the no geo target is the same thing except without the city state section because city states don't apply. So then if you add keywords with geo targets in them, you could use it there. That's what I say. So window washing Las Vegas, window washing Chicago, and everything else, it's better if you do it with a no geo run on your step two. So you would still do step one to get the right website into play for this project, because yes, they're all different projects. And then step two, and you run this thing, and it's just got 4 boxes to fill in. No geo target box. But your keywords can now have geo targets in them, and that's okay. There won't be any mix and match, right? It'll be okay. All right. Now, and again, hit last step, click me. Always hit the last step. Every time you get done with step one, hit this guy. And then every time you get done with step two, hit that guy. and then just step up and hit that guy. And that's really it. Just make sure you have your images in here before you hit that guy. Right? So whatever image you wanted here, just make sure when you did it, you took a moment, and you could submit the form first. Just don't forget to get your images in here, whichever image or images you were using. All right, and then hit run. And that's it. Then you're done. You just log onto your site and unzip the file when it's done running. Okay? It's really like that for all of these projects. All of them are